finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line.
And so, with the roar of these Ferrari GT3s coming out on the track, these Ferrari machines are about to be put to the ultimate test here on the Charlotte Roval track, as we're about to bear witness to the action here on Pete's Race TV. For Push the Limit Racing League's Ferrari race, I'm the Crusader, joining you here today as we're about to see this action come down on display. As you can see, last minute qualifying being put underway, and some drivers testing the track and its limits, much less their own limits right about now. Tyler Orrick nearly getting himself thrown into the wall and into this jump chute there. Thankfully does not wreck the entire car out, so he'll be alright to get that thing put back together here and get ready for the qualifying section here in a minute. Again, a big thank you as well to everyone that has wished me a happy birthday as well on my end here. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the support. The Poddle saying happy birthday, Chris. Thank you so much again for that. Does mean a lot to everyone that took the time out of their day to say that. And I certainly hope we can give you guys a good show here with 7 of the best Pushing Limit Racing League drivers here on the track here. As you see our flagmen flying the flag higher in the air, we're about ready to go racing here on the show. So here, let's take a look at today's action here. Let's take a look at our field of drivers here in just a moment. But let's look first at this track here, the Charlotte Roval, as it's known to be. This track here in Concord, North Carolina, definitely a bit of a handful here, to say the least. This is going to be a very turny course kind of track. Really, the only sections of the track that are kind of embankment and kind of give yourself a little bit more to breathe around is, of course, on turn 1 and 2 of the oval section as well, and then 3 and 4, I guess, of the other side of the oval. But it's really a challenge on the back straightaway where you see that little bus stop there as they lead it into the infield area off the 4th corner of the oval, which then leads in the final section turns here. So watch out for those drivers to really get a little too crazy, a little bit rowdy down there, and watch for some openings really to take change with. But let's start them on the pole. Matthew Hoffert pilots in the double O is outside. It's the 69. That's Nick Kern. Run number 2, it's Robert Collins. 21's outside. Tyler Orrick in the number 8. Row number 3 is Mike Rideout. The 76 is outside Chantel, the throttle puddle in the 5. And then finally, Stanley Puddle pilots the number 48. The field of drivers ready and set to go here for the action. Ready to fire them on down here for today's racing hard cars. These Ferraris, I'm telling you, man, these things are a handful and a half. Because they literally stick to the track like super glue, but they're not what you might think when it comes to the usual bumping and banging you see from a normal stock car. These things are literally designed to be tested at their fullest limit and their fullest extent, but not so much on the other side of the coin. Pace car ready to get these drivers squared away here, ready to field them on into play. We take a look at our flag cam right now as the drivers prepare now for the battle. Driver introductions have been completed. Now it's time for one lap around the track. Hoffert setting the tone. Con coming right behind there. You see Nick Kern as well. Tyler Orrick. Mike Rideout. Chantel Pottle. And Stanley Pottle coming out from the other side of the equation. This will definitely be a bit of a test here, I'd say, more than anything. This infield track, this infield side I was told earlier on the track has been very much a little bit of a sweeping turn, little sweeping corner area. It's going to really make drivers question if they want to go full throttle around here. They want to overdo it a little bit, so hopefully they watch themselves and watch their angles and areas here. Coming off the edges here, around the set of corners here, we're going to get everyone rounded about, ready to go here. Again, first time we've ever seen Push Limit Racing on this YouTube side of things here for the live action. It's kind of awesome to see and kind of awesome to get some more views here for the YouTube side. So again, if you are new to the YouTube channel, be sure to subscribe here for more great content. We do have, of course, a couple of leagues here that go live here. Of course, Joe Sixpack Racing League and, of course, the Misfits. We can't thank them enough, and we can't thank everyone that comes on to these shows. Come watch the action with us. Come watch the hard racing and hard charging. We do have a few new things coming up as well. Of course, Rallycross Racing will be back with us here soon enough on the Saturday edition. But on this Saturday, we will have a little special race held in honor of somebody there. You'll see coming up very, very soon on our showcase and on our tracks. We cannot wait to show you guys what's cooking up and what's coming by here. But right now, as the field squares up down the back straightaway here of the Roval, they'll line them up for this 20-lap race here today. Position is key, and hard racing is the name of the game here. Now, I'm going to guarantee you something right now. If you try to make some big moves around that bus stop area, you better make sure you timed it well, because that bus stop, it's like a cruel, cruel area. It will have no effect on those that go single file on their end, as long as they don't overdrive that corners. But if you dare try to pass around with a double file or anything like that, bear witness to what could come next. Off the ledge here, down off the fourth corner here of the turn bankments of Charlotte Moore Speedway. The drivers lead in the charge, leading down for that final set. Two sets of corners here, the sharp right to the sharp left. It tests the best of drivers, and now the Ferraris get to be tested on this end. Here we go, green flag is out. We are racing at the Roval. Well, let's put them on down the track here and let's put some heads together here. Robert Kahn already having some troubles down there. Even Chantel Bottle getting kind of squirrely thanks to the Kahn aspect. Kahn losing a little bit in that first set of turns there. First 1 and 2. Ended up kind of overdriving the turn area there. Going from that uphill to that middle down slope. Running it right up top side yet again here. Hofford has their lead. And the double O Pennzoil machine just to try to move their chains on in already. Got a little bit of a lead early on Nick Kern here as Kern tries to make a run off on them there, though problems for the 5 Chantel Bottle. A little trouble down there for her already as she struggles with the first set of corners here on the final legs leading into the back stretch. Taking a look at it here, you can see right here, this, even though you got a lot of speed of these cars, that's not to say you can't lose them a little bit in the turns. You see her overdrive it, kind of coming off a drift end, if you will. Able to restructure and save it, though, and get the car back on track. And now it's time for the rattlesnake rubber con to try to make some maneuvers here, trying to get back into this as Tyler Orrick holds the number 3 spot in the 8. Daily Bottle passing the 5 Chantel Bottle here, and how many times have I said that on this broadcast? Usually it's Chantel that gets the better of the Bottle clan, but Stanley able to actually make a little bit of a jump charge, maybe a little bit of a runoff here as he tries to hunt down Mike Rideout. Tyler Orrick still here in the number 8, holding the lead, holding that 3rd place spot down there as he tries to keep his Mantis number 8 ahead of that 21 of Robert the Rattlesnake Con. And Con has been on an absolute hot streak here on P2H TV. He's one of these guys you just got to watch out for no matter where you go. They're going to try to build some speed up on the draft to the transducer side while also not trying to burn the tires up too much. Entering into the bus stop, both drivers dead even in the corners. Matthew Hoffer right now with a strong lead though in his machine. Trying to keep Ferrari's hopes of staying ahead there of that powerful WeatherTech number 69, Nick Kern. Kern's one of those guys, man, if you watch him ever run around these tracks or kind of these races, you would know pretty quickly that he is one of the more clever drivers that likes to makes a bit of a show for himself, make a bit of a name around his end. And he's doing a great job right now, staying right there with the 00 of Matthew Hoffer. The drivers have ran ovals, they've ran dirt, they've ran road courses. They've not done the rallycross section on pushing limits, but thankfully we've already got that kind of covered, so we have an idea if they ever do it, what will it be like then. Tyler Orrick right now in the number 8, followed back behind there around the Robert Con. Con takes the lead, takes the position away from him as we go on board here with Orrick. As you can see, a little bit of a different wheel there. It looks more like a Formula 1 style racing wheel, if you will. But the thing is that it definitely is because you have to drive this track more like a Formula 1 style car, that you have to take corners tighter, you have to take corners more on edge. You can't just drive it like it would be more of a stock car. You have to be more impatient and more online, as there's problems down there for Stanley Powell in the 48. Looks like the bus stop might have got the better here of him. And the 48 comes to a bit of a dead rest here. We'll take a look at the PT Mr. Replay and take a look at this one. This is exactly what I was talking about earlier. You've got to watch your corners. You've got to watch your momentum. I think he may have got a little nervous knowing that the other Pottle Clan member was right behind him and Chantel, but that is a huge mistake there. Overdrove the corner. And you can see once that rear end kicked out, that thing is like a dragster. There ain't nothing that's gonna grip on it there to turn. It's all about just holding on for the best. And that was what ended up happening to that 48. Stanley Pottle gonna have a lot of work to do to get back up to that 5 of Chantel. About 13 seconds back of her here. Woo! As you hear a little bit of some rubbing and bumping and banging here. Matthew Hoffert into the wall protection here. Surprisingly, the 00 having some problems down there, and he has got bigger problems. The right side is damaged as now Nick Kern takes the race lead away. What is going on down there? Lost the controls and lost the key consistency here. I don't know if that was just an overdrive by the 00 or what happened there. Taking a look at it here, and it looks like the same thing that happened as Stanley catches Hoffert this time, though. After that overshoot, he definitely hit the rumble strips and the bumpers there, and that right side got completely totaled up. You hear a tire going down as you hear the rumbling of that 00. Unfortunately, he'll have to get the instant repair out and hope for the best here. That is a tough break though for him and his crew. He was coming out here, he qualified so well. Looked like he might have had a chance out here, and now he's got all sorts of issues here. Mike Rideout here in the MRN number 76 here, continuing to take pace, take shape here around the track as he continues on. We're on board here with the other Ferds of the Ferrari. Keeping in mind, these are the same cars, same design, same everything. The only thing that's different, well, the paint schemes. You may have noticed too that little single lug nut there on that car. That is the same guys, kind of the similar lug nuts you would see that the old NASCAR drivers have to deal with here nowadays in the Cup Series. As mentioned before, they can be a bit of a tricky little artistry to get on and off, much as get those wheels tightened back in with. So imagine what it feels like when you're trying to drive with these Ferraris around the parks. It's hard racing, hard battling here as Con tries to just drive this thing into the ground. You can see he is all over the place though, ends up going right into the grassy infield there. 21 trying to build some speed back up, trying to hang in there just a little bit. Tyler Orrick in the 8 Mantis machine doing much of the same. $15 laps remaining though out of this 20 lap race. And Con slowing down a bit more now. He's got a big problem on his hands here. Looks like he might have actually cut a corner and they're telling him you've got to slow down. Tyler Orrick will take over position. And now it's Orrick's turn yet again to take the spot away. It's Con. Great deal of speed, great burst of runoff on the bus stop. Had a lot faster time as you see Orrick kind of slow down just a little bit more there. Con looking to get a runoff here, entering into the turns. We can see he gets into the grass, and Orrick does even worse here. He'll cut the corner. That's going to end up giving him a penalty here. That's about a second penalty he's going to have to slow down for. And a second with these cars is a very crucial mistake here. That is a lot of time he just lost by giving it to Con. The WeatherTech 69 though, number Nick Kern, is still your race leader here. And is it really any surprise? His road course background in racing, top notch and absolutely top dog, to say the least. Not very many drivers have been able to figure out his keys, his victories, and his strengths and weaknesses. They only know he knows how to completely make a course turn into basically his own little playground and run the race out from there. Whoa, and Con troubles down there as well, entering into the turn number 1 of the oval side of things from Charlotte. What's going on down there? These guys are all over the place. Con, I think, was trying to get up there with Nick Kern, and it looks like he pays the price. Tyler Orrick pretty much left all alone. Didn't have anything left to do there. Firing them on down here, down off the turn number 4's oval side of things. Con looking to try to get some speed back at Orrick here, but Tyler, I think at this point is just saying, well, you kind of had your chance there, but I'm not really worrying about you anymore. Matthew Hofford past the damage side of things here. Is now taking over position, passing the 5 of Chantel Pottle. Got a good runoff here on that 5 machine, taking it away. We'll take a look at the instant replay on that pass made. Here is a pass made. This was past the bus stop. Chantel driving a lot smoother, a little slower. She goes to the bottom. Hofford smells blood in the water, and like a shark in the ocean, just decides to go hunting for it and strikes when he found the fresh meat. See, the 5 Chantel wanted absolutely nothing to do with trying to hit Hofford out, trying to block Hofford's run. A little bit more conservative there from the 5. Usually you see her being a lot more aggressive and a little bit more clairvoyant, but this one seems to be a more stay out of trouble and stay on the charge as the yellow flag flies on out. Yellow flag is out. That is a competition caution they're going to throw out for. They want to get everybody re-racked, restacked, and all that. And put the drivers back into position. So competition caution has been waved out on the track here. Nick Kern, Tyler Orrick, and Mike Rideout will be the top 3 in this one here. Pretty surprising little start here. That's Mike Rideout, man, holding on to his own here and actually getting a pass on Con. You see it on the oval side of things here. Con has absolutely tore these guys a new one and having some troubles down there, really staying in place and staying in the run zone. Kern looking for that pace car here right now. The rest of the drivers looking to possibly catch right back up there with him. Remember, there's about halfway in left to go. I guarantee you that that pace car will be the setting tone for everybody in this position here. Everyone's going to be looking to try and set it all down on those first set of turns. In their mind, it may be the only way to stop the power base and speed that Nick Kern possesses here. And if it is, then that's going to definitely be a bit of a handful for them, to say the least, because there's not a lot of areas to go for it. So the pace car is in the infield trackside here right now, over the hills, over the ridges at the moment. Tyler Orrick and Mike Rideout right now are going to come back around and catch up with Nick Kern. Matthew Hoffert and Kahn and Spottle, Chantel, that is, will be right behind. I presume Hoffert slowed down just to let Kahn by him there. I believe he does not overtake him properly. And I think Kahn might have forgot that there is a wall up there, and I know he's running the VR section here, but I'm not sure if he's just trying to put some fender crash and a little bit of scraping and bruising on that car, but I would not want to be trying to do anything there special to that thing. Looks like he'll end at pit road, as well as Hoffert, Chattel, and the rest of them. Nick Kern stays out, so will Mike Rideout, so everybody's going to get a fresh set of tires and maybe a little cleanup job on their car. Now, I usually don't do this here, and I usually don't say things like this on television, but I want to extend a little thing real quick out to something of my childhood that kind of has now gone the way. I think you guys might have noticed from the wrestling world, but today we have unfortunately lost the bad guy, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, if you may know him. So, from all of us here at Pizza Race TV, and myself included, my hearts and condolences to him and his family and friends here at this time. But he was a definitely integral part that actually brought us one of the race stock cars down the NASCAR end of the NWO style. So we just wanted to give that a little thought and prayer there for him and his family, of course, at this time. So Razor, rest in peace, sir. All right. So Nick Kern, Mike Rideout, Matthew Hoffer will be top three. You'll see who comes out fourth. Looks like it's actually going to be the 5, Chantel Pottle, getting out of there fourth. So she will take over a position here while Robert Kahn, Tyler Orrick have a little bit of a battle coming out. Looks like Orrick's got the car dialed up quicker. And I think Kahn might have actually forgot how to start the Ferrari. A little trouble there. Couldn't get it out in time. Could not get that thing running up, and that cost him precious time there. Stanley Pottle dead last out of the pit road, but now all drivers are now out and in position here, so So our field right now getting squared away, getting stretched up on this one. Everybody lining up in and around the track here, and we'll be hitting everything they can down the field in position. They are hopefully find themselves in a much better run here and a much harder run, a little fight off here. So hey, we're going to double file them up. All drivers lined up in position. We're going to go racing here. So we'll have 8 laps remaining coming to go around here, and you might as well call that a little bit of a shootout here. We saw about 8 laps around the track here. And we already saw a lot of hard racing, hard charging, so who knows what we'll get here when these guys and gals go straight into a final 8 here. Nick Kern has had the race lead though for a time or two. We kind of knew he was going to be a threat in this race. But I have my eye on that 8 and the 00. Mike Rideout definitely could be a player here with that 76, but with fresh tires on the 00 and on the 8, I feel as though those guys could be the proverbial favorites here. Chantal Pop, what is she? Well, I'm not really sure what the vibe's up to. If she's trying to do burnouts down there, if she's just having a little fun, but that front end is now gone. What happened to the 5? What the heck happened to the 5? Hold on a minute. She was getting her tires warmed up, and then what happened here? Okay, I don't think I've ever seen a driver literally just like do tire warm-ups. The next thing you know, they actually spun the car around and took the whole front end of their nose off from the wall. That is a first. Well, I really don't know what else to say to that, but Chantal Powell is definitely going to have some troubles here now with that car. That thing is going to lose a lot of aerodynamics to it. We'll see if she can hang in there, though. I'll say that if she wins this race with that damaged up car, I think I might have to give a t-shirt out away to some folks. It is my birthday after all, so. Heck, she wins this, I'll send her a t-shirt from here of us Speed Team Race TV. Why not? Anyway. We're getting ready to set to go here. We're going to get them all fielded back into position here. Corners off turn number 3 and 4 of the oval, down into the final 2 turns of the Roval. The road course about to really test some drivers and put these things to new heights and new limits here. Because there's one thing we always do around here when these guys come to and gals come to town, it's we push the limits. It's time for some more pushing limits racing action. Off the turns into the area play. The green flag waves up as they get ready to fire them on down. It's back out. We're underway. Hard charge in, dive down number 1. And problems down there for the 00. Matthew Hoffert takes quite a few, took the whole field with him. And Kahn literally spins it right, Hoffert spins it right out and takes the entire field with them in turn number 1 just from that overdrive. And I think that's really due just to tires not being up to par and not rubbed in enough to warm around. That's why I saw Chantel trying to warm the tires up so she would not have that happen. On cold set tires, if you overdrove that corner, that is the risk you run. And that is a huge bad break here for the 00 Matthew Hoffert. Unbelievable. Well, Hoffert is still going to try to race it out. Tyler Orrick had to head to pit road. The car too damaged up, and if that 5's not careful, I think she might have a too damaged up car more than it already is. The front of that nose, oh no, this is bad. This is very bad. She's got more problems. She does not have just the front nose damaged up. That rear end is kicked out. She's got big problems. Sway bar is broken. The right front rear axle is broke inside the wheel bearing. I can see that thing just blotched around, kind of swinging around here. Yellow flag is out. We are going to try to get everyone squared away again. Yikes. That is unbelievable here. I would not have thought that would have been something that you would have seen the 00 happen at, but I guess maybe I gave him the old broadcaster curse on that one. Let's take a look at the replay. And you can just see everything looks fine here. But once he got back on the gas pedal entering the turn, took a lot of drivers with him. Khan was the only one that escaped any of that, and Stanley Pottle as well. Once caution came out, though, there was really nothing else you could do there. So, taking a look at it from this angle here. Well, you can see that pit. You can just see everything just completely changed around. It seemed like there was nothing he could do about it, nor he could even bring to the table from that little situation there. We'll take one last look here. This is from Robert Kahn's onboard camera here from the initial start. That's usually the way you're supposed to take that turn, but you can see Khan, I think, got about as lucky as it gets here. Not getting into that little mess and escaping the madness that was in front of him. That's definitely something you gotta give him credit for. He's careful on his corners as much as he's careful on his race runs. Hofford is fixed up and finally less damaged up, although I would say he might want to be a little careful about how hard he runs around the track at the moment too. Chantal Otto is just trying desperately to get that thing in the pit road. She is badly damaged up. She does not want to do a pit stop. She does not want to do, a tow, as iRacing calls it here, trying to get taken away there and then towed off the track. She wants to be legitimately taken out of here and get this thing into pit road. So give her credit where credit's due for at least trying to fight that off, but I guarantee you she is still not very happy about this little circumstance that just popped up. So on the restart, we should have about 4 laps remaining here. Field getting squared away here. 5 getting damaged off, and looks like it's a clean car on that one. Yep, it's a cleaned up car. 5 is completely repaired. Mike Rideout taking some tires. Tyler Orrick, I believe, is still under the tow. Under that tow of the truck. As Rideout will get the car out of there. And that's a tough break there for Tyler Orrick, man. It looked like he just completely got clipped in around, had nowhere to go, and really anything else he could do about it. So Rideout pushing the car back out onto the field, back out on the track here. Nick Kern, Robert Kahn, they are all centered away here on the show. And Stanley Pottle getting kind of the old bump attack there from that 5 there, Chantal Pottle. Yeah, at least the damage is cleaned up on the cars. They're ready to go back out of here. That was just a bit of a wild little circumstance there. A little bit of a tore up car, a little tore up piece of equipment. Four laps remain. In one way or another, we're finishing this race up, but I will say one thing. These drivers do not watch that first corner. They are going to definitely have another handful. And again, it is all in fun, so before anyone goes completely crazy in the comment section, remember this league is a fun league. They do take it seriously, at least to where they have to go out and try to race their race, but it's not to the point where there's stuff on the line, there's prizes and everything on the line. It's not that chaotic. They just want to have a good time out here and try to race, just do their own little thing. you can feel the intensity. You can cut it with a knife. Nick Kern knows that Robert Kahn's definitely one of those guys that can catch up to him, really take this one on home. And by the way, my little bet about the car was if it was damaged up, so don't come back at me about with the 5 here. I said if it was damaged up all the way, then I would give a real reward out to that thing. Because I don't know anyone that would ever be able to win one race like this kind of caliber with these kind of machines. These cars are extremely aerodynamic and dependent, obviously, as we mentioned before. And a lot of that has to do with just the way the car is made, the car is shaped. Of course, it's curved end and the ridges in the back there with that very big spoiler. That is designed to actually help airflow increase around the car and actually pull the car back up through. Grabbing more speed, more gain and run, whether it's in the draft or whether it's in the actual straights. If you put these things on like a oval, well, first off, I really don't know how that would even work, how that racing would look like, much less how you'd be able to keep them under control, considering if you try to bump with these things and bump with these sides and all of them, they'll just pretty much get a little angry at you and they'll spin around on you quickly before you know it. But also, really, with that kind of speed, that kind of momentum, I would think the airflow and the air travel as well, like the Mazdas on the, the Daytona prototypes, those things have a hard time actually passing very well without using the sharp corners, sharp angles as well. So I presume the same thing would kind of happen with these Ferraris if you try to put them on some kind of an oval track here. Thankfully, we're not running the oval. We're running the Roval as we get our final 4 laps now put on the track. And Stanley Bottle, Mike Rideout here go for a little tumble and a little ride here on the first turn yet again, but they'll let him run off. Kahn trying to get a run there on Nick Kern here. Now he's pretty much got no choice. He's going to have to go full haymaker on Nick Kern. Kern slightly tighter in the turn there. Didn't quite go too full on. Chantal Bottle loses it up on the top of the hill there. She'll spin the car around. No grab, no give, no nothing. Kahn trying to line up that front, trying to line up those drags here. Trying to get a little runoff here on him. As Chantal Bottle goes into the grassy plains, opens up her own lawn care service. I know it's a little difficult down in the times 2022, but I didn't realize we had to open up more lawn care services around these days. But below, Matthew Hoffer right behind Tyler Orrick here, kind of his only drafting help here to catch up there, anything with Robert Kahn and Nick Kern. Robert Kahn managing to actually sneak his way around Nick Kern, though, takes the race lead away. Now we're in the ball game. We've got a race on our hands. 3 laps to go. Kahn slightly wide there. Kern much tighter, and Kahn bobbles it down into the infield back end. Kern's getting a lot of doors opened up here for him, and he's seeing even more just by how loose Kahn is getting here in those turns. One wrong move, and this one's going to be a game over scenario. Kathleen Crawford saying hashtag Team Rattlesnake, and then saying happy birthday to Chris. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, Kathleen. I really appreciate it. Lining him up down off the turns here. The Rattlesnake has got the race lead, but not by much. Nick Kern just needs one good turn, and that's it. And he's going to go shooting for it here through the settle turns. Both drivers dead even, but this one goes to Kern out of the turn. He says feel the burn. And Kahn gets burnt in the final 2 turns. Mike Rideout 10 seconds back of Matthew Hofford. Chantal Bottle trying to catch up there to him as she continuously struggles to try to keep his cars online. Stanley Pottle, after that little tag he took with Mike Rideout, pretty much getting the worst end of the stick here. That left front is damaged badly, and it's not doing too well for him. That's kind of where we're seeing those drivers going at it right now. Kern, though, whoa, that's a bobble there. Got into the wall protection pretty badly. Things get a little bit crazier around here. Things getting pretty hard on the charge. Firing them off down here off the corner number 4 of the oval. Now final 2 turns, and then, whoa, deja vu. We're going to get it again. No, Khan gets blocked. Khan got blocked. White flag is out, though. Kern knew he was going to try to do the same thing that he did to him just a second ago, so he had to block the run. But now he knows if Khan gets another chance, he may not be so fortunate. Khan doesn't drive like a Ferrari driver, he drives like a stock car driver, and you know what we do in stock car racing. Matthew Hoffert with one last chance. If these two collide or connect with one another, this could be his opportunity to steal one. It's a very big chance, very opportunity here. Oh, but that was a huge mistake there by Robert Kahn, overdrove it right to the turn. He overdrove it, got into the wall protection. He had nowhere to go and thought he just could have to drive it as hard as he could to get Kern. That was a big, big mistake, because now Nick Kern and the WeatherTech 69 is left all alone, and Kahn now has to deal with the possibility of Hoffer coming right at him. Hoffer's got a big run coming here off the final set of turns here, but coming to the line here, Nick Kern takes checkered flags for the Pushing Limits Racing League Ferrari race. Kahn will barely hold off Matthew Hoffer, but a solid performance nonetheless. And undoubtedly a big victory for Nick Kern on a track that many consider to be kind of a crown jewel on the road course side of things and the oval sides of racing for NASCAR. This track, without a shadow of a doubt, has made some of the best moments in some of the toughest races. And this one was absolutely no different. The 69 of Kern gave her everything she had and then some. Got past there for a little bit by Kahn, but Kahn a little too aggressive for his own game. Ends up costing himself the race win, and now here is your final results now popping up on your screen. Nick Kern wins it. Second to Robert Kahn. Third to Matthew Hoffert. Fourth to Mike Rideout. Fifth to Chantel Bottle. Sixth Stanley Bottle. Seventh to Tyler Orrick. What a race, and an absolute barn burner finish. That's a pretty wild one here on Pete's Race TV, and there's still plenty more to be coming here in the next couple of weeks here, but it's time right now to go ahead and take a look at our top 5 here and then listen in to our top 3 drivers. Coming away third here today, though, of course, is the Double O camp. Matthew Hoffer now joins me in, and Hoffer, congratulations on that third place finisher, sir. You certainly had a lot at stake and a lot going on down in the first leg, but things got a little bit crazy after that. What happened down there in that car?
Well, I just kind of pushed it a little too hard, made some costly mistakes, and I feel those mistakes cost me the win. But we were able to at least fight back and come back for a solid third.
You were able to fight back, come solid third. I know you were really pushing yourself to a few limits and pushing yourself to more than just its fair share. But let me ask you this as well here, sir. You really had a last-ditch effort, last-ditch battle here to catch up in pace and catch up in time. And you certainly did that here on these final laps to get to Kahn, but you think maybe you had one more lap, maybe you had a chance to pass him in?
Yeah, definitely. If I would have had another lap, I definitely probably would have passed Kahn for second. If I would have had maybe 2 more laps, I think I might have had something else for Nick. But, hey, what are you going to do? That's racing. I know we had a fast ride tonight, but costly mistakes, that's what happens.
It absolutely is indeed, but nevertheless, though, a solid performance and a great finish here for you and your crew. Who do you want to thank you for third today?
Oh, everyone at Pushing Limits Racing League, all the racers come out tonight. PTM Racing TV for the broadcasting, and friends and family watching at home. Appreciate it, and we'll see y'all next week.
We will certainly see you indeed next week, my friend. Congratulations on this third place finish.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Hopper coming away third here today, almost catching up to the second place finisher of Robert Kahn. As Kahn today will take this one home. Robert Kahn, congratulations on your second place finish here today, sir. And what a performance here you really had to put up and really fight down on the track. What did it feel like down there for you and the crew?
It's a hard track. The cars are good. It's just a matter of who we're driving it. So, not a bad finish, though.
Certainly indeed. And let me ask you this here, man. You had a lot going on and a lot of craziness in between with this battle in this race. What was one of the biggest things, though, that really kind of came forward for you when you made that pass on Current and then he threw the late block on you with second to final lap?
Yeah, when I went into the last turn there and kind of shot down there, I didn't think I would be able to stick too much longer ahead of him because he's pretty fast here. But the block, I mean, usually I would just go through it, but I mean, it's going for the lead, so I wouldn't have done that. So, but it was a good race.
It was a good race indeed, and a good finish for you and the crew as well. So, let me ask you this, sir. Who do you want to thank you for this one today?
Just everyone who's involved. Appreciate you, and it's gonna be a good race next week too. So, look, see you there, man.
For sure there. Really appreciate it, Robert Kahn. Congratulations on your second place finish, and we'll catch you on next week here, sir.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, coming away here with a solid position and performance here as Nick Kern will take away the race win here today. Yet again, decided not to talk with us here, I guess. So that's all right. We do appreciate him for coming on board. We certainly cannot thank him enough for all the tracks and races he's brought to the table, as well as everyone else that tuned in today. Thank you so much to the drivers and the fans alike for coming on out. What a race. What a day it has been. Really, there's not really much else to say there. What a time to be alive, and get everybody out there. I'm kind of choking up a little bit because everyone's giving me a little happy birthday and all. I appreciate it, but it looks like Nick decided to tune in one time. He wants to get an interview. And Nick, you got a copy? He's come on down. I'm trying to see if we can get him to talk here. Nick, you got a copy, sir? All right, hold on a minute. Maybe we can talk with him here. Nick, you got a copy? Don't go there. We'll give him one more chance. If we can't get in, we'll call this one a day. All right, Nick, we'll give you one last chance, man. You got anything down there? Is it reading? Yeah, we got you.
Hey, it works.
Well, Mr. Kern, another win, our solid position and battle here for you and your crew. What a day and what a time, my friend. You certainly had a lot going on, a lot of battle to say the least here.
Yeah, at first, with Hofford, I was just making sure I stayed with him, didn't make any mistakes. And fortunately for me, unfortunately for him, he got a wicked launch off of the bus stop there. And then towards the end, Bobby, I knew he was going to try some dives in those corners. So, again, I just wanted to be at the right place at the right time and be able to stay out ahead.
He certainly indeed was. And, we watched that final block there on that corner there. You had to really dive it in deep. But what was your thoughts when you saw him just kind of drive it way too hard into turn number 1 oval and get into the wall there?
Yeah, well, when I made that late braking move, I just was hoping that it wouldn't lock up and it would stick. But yeah, once I saw he kind of hit the wall and stuff like that, I could calm down a little bit.
Certainly there indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, Kern, I mean, what a day and what a race here for you and your crew. I mean, who do you want to thank you for this one?
Of course, guys talk Stiff Board Racing, everyone at PTM was on pushing the limits, all the drivers that come out, and of course you, Crusader. I always got to thank you.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, though, Kern, congratulations, sir, and what a race this has been.
Yep, thank you. Have a good one, bud.
You too, bud. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now for sure we're going to cut this one off. So, race fans, friends alike, thank you for everything. And I know I told I'm the voice of PTM Race TV, and I guess now the voice of iRacing, as Kathleen says in the comments. But this birthday definitely means a lot to me, and I really appreciate you all for the support. Without you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. Thank you to my boss here at PTM TV. Thank you for her for everything, and thank you guys so much. It does mean the world to me. I love you guys. I'm gonna see y'all next time.